So this video is a strengthening and stretching for your back muscles. Lots of us have little back niggles, aches and pains. This will really help, and I recommend you try and do it fairly regularly if you particularly suffer with back aches. So a lot of it is really brought on by the fact that when we bend over to get something, I mean, how many of us really get into the right position to bend over and pick up something heavy? How many of us get into a squat to pick up something? No, we bend over and we do a shortcut, but it means that your back is overcompensating, your back's doing all the work. Our glute muscles should be taking on a lot of the lifting when we do things like that, but we don't use them, and then we often have jobs where we're sat in front of a computer or we're in a van or car to get to and from work. We get home, we sit on the sofa to watch TV, we lie down, like our glutes are totally underused, and that is why often we have back problems. So this will hopefully help with some of those issues. Let me know in the comments which exercises you really enjoy and which areas of your back you struggle with. So we're going to do each of these exercises for 30 seconds, the 10-second transition in between. You'll need, if you have a kettlebell, if not, don't worry. If you have a dumbbell, then that's fine, you can use that instead. So let's get started. So the first exercise I'm going to show you is a simple one. Just do the back bend, put your hands at your lower back and then bending behind. So we're bending like that with your hands in your lower back. Chest out and lifted. So try not to push into your glutes too much. And stop. Right. Next exercise we're going to do is where you move your weight. It's a single arm deadlift. So putting our left hand behind our back. We're just going up and down slowly. So you don't want the weight to be too heavy because you don't want to be leaning to one side. Try and keep this nice and even. So with the deadlift, we're hinging at the hips, pushing our butt forward and our hips forward. It's not a squat. Right, then swap sides. So right arm behind your head, left hand with the weight to do those one-sided deadlifts. So when you come up, I want you to push your hips forward and squeeze those glutes. Because like I said, part of the reason you might have lower back pain is because your glutes are weak as you know what. Right. The next exercise we're going to do is a squat with upright back, so keeping our back completely straight, squatting down and back up. So no leaning forward, weights in your heels, squatting down straight, squeezing those glutes on the way up. So if you want to do this workout routine twice round, we'll do it regularly. Right, so next one we're going to do whilst we're standing is a wall thoracic stretch. So put your hands against the wall and basically bending over, so you're stretching out your back. So if you can see, I'll demonstrate on the here for you. So our hands on the wall, straighten out your arms, straighten out your back, pushing your chest down to the ground, feeling that stretch. It's a thoracic stretch, so it's this area here. And stop. Right. Now we're just going to come down to the ground, to the mat. So we'll do some cobra stretches. So hands out to the sides in front of you, lifting your arms up and then slowly back down. So they're out to the side. Right, I want you to have a relaxed back, okay? Relax your lower back when you're doing this. So chest is stretched out. And stop. Right. Next exercise is bird dog, which is this exercise. So let's go. So you want a nice straight line from your arm right over across your leg. I don't know why they call it this a bird dog. Are you going from dog position to a bird position? Don't know. Anyway, this is great for strengthening your glutes and your back. So hold it for a few seconds. 1, 2, 3. Don't be overextending your leg. Try and keep it nice and straight. And stop. Right. While we're here, next exercise is to do a cat-cow. So this is a nice stretch. Going down to a cat stretch, a cow stretch, up into a cat stretch. Into a cow stretch, up into a cat stretch. Cat stretch, and then cow. Right, we're going to do similar again, but this time we're just going to move backwards and forwards as we're doing it. So we'll start off with a cat stretch. Let's go, cat stretch, and you're just going to move your bum towards your heels, so forwards and backwards. So stay in that cat stretch, moving forward, and then coming back, to bring your bum towards your heels. Right, now to a cow stretch, same again, moving back and forth. Right, now I want you to sit over your ankles, sit on your heels, grab the back of your heels, and then lift your bum up, your head's on the ground, and you're feeling that stretch between your shoulder blades, or at least you should be. So, bum on your heels, lift your bum up, hold onto your heels with your hands, or if you can't reach your heels, hold onto your ankles, and feel that stretch between your shoulder blades. And stop. Right. Now we're going to get onto our backs. So, this time we're just lifting and lowering our left leg. So the right knee's bent. And you're just lifting and lowering your left leg, so it is almost touching the ground, and then it comes back up. So we'll do this on the left side, and then we'll do this on the right side. But again, this is helping it to strengthen your glutes and your back. Right, other side. Straighten out your right leg, and we're going to be lifting and lowering the right leg. So let's go. Slowly up, slowly down. Halfway, as the man says. So you should also feel this in your core as well, but the core is also important to strengthen to avoid lower back pain. Right. Next exercise we're going to do is some glute bridges. So we have a nice straight back, lift up your butt and push away into your heels. When you lift up, or just squeeze your butt cheeks, squeeze your pelvic floor, so that's a muscle that stops you from going to the toilet, and release. Back up, Squeeze your bottom, squeeze your pelvic floor muscles, squeeze your legs, and release. Up again. 3, 2, 1. Do you want for longer? And release. Right. Next exercise we're going to try is knees together. We're just going to straighten out our arms to the side and we'll roll over our knees from right to left. So it's a lumbar rock. So this is our lumbar spine, our lower part of our back that we're rocking from one side to the other. And stop. Right, now I want you to lower your left leg and keeping that right leg that's up, bring it over to the left side. So hold your right knee down with your left hand, stretch out your right arm to the right side and look over at your shoulder on your right side. So your right leg is going left, your right leg is going left, and your arm and your face is looking right. Now the other side, straighten out that right leg, grab your left knee with your right hand, bring it across, and then look across to your left hand, your left fingers, while you're bringing your left side of your body over to the right. Is that clear? It's a spinal twist, basically. I'm sure you've heard of it. Right, here for a few more seconds. Now, with your right leg, I want you to put your right ankle over your left knee, thread your hands through at the back of your left leg, bring your left knee towards your chest so that your right knee is flared out. And if you can push away your right knee with your right elbow and feel that stretch in your hip muscle, in your glute. And it should be a little bit in the lower part of your back on the right side. Here for a few more seconds and then we're going to swap over. Right. Left ankle over your right knee, thread your arms through, grab the back of your right knee, wrap the back of your right leg. Push your left knee away with your left elbow. So try and bring that right knee into your chest. Again, you'll feel the stretch in your hips and the left side of your lower back. A few more seconds here. Right, now we're going to roll over onto our hands and knees and get into a downward dog. So push your heels away, try and push your chest into the ground so you can feel that stretch in between your shoulder blades and along your spine, your posterior chain. And then lift your right leg into the air, hold that there for a few seconds. Then bring your right knee forward, drop your right ankle onto the ground, push back the left leg, and we'll get into the pigeon pose. So just hang over your right leg. So your right ankle should be kind of in front of your left hip. We'll just sit in this pose for a few seconds. Surrender to the stretch. If you can, bring your head as close to the ground as you can as you stretch out your neck, and your shoulders. You really feel this in your hip as well. Right, come up. Let's get back into that downward dog again. So back into the downward dog. Try and push your heels to the ground, chest to the ground. Feel that stretch between your shoulder blades. Now lift your left leg up. Hold it there for a few seconds. 1, 2, 3. Bring your left knee towards you. Put your left ankle down. Push your right knee back. Your elbows to the ground if you can. You get into that pigeon stretch. If it's not comfortable to get your elbows to the ground, you can just do it with your hands on the ground instead, like this. If you can, get your elbows to the ground and your head to the ground. You'll feel that nice hip stretch, and you'll feel the stretch along your back as well. Just here for a few more seconds. Brilliant. Hip round, come to centre. Right, hang over your hips for a second. So try and bring your elbows to the ground if you can, and just hang over your hips. Hang over your legs. Feel that stretch down your lower back and your spine. And then from here, we're going to come up onto our feet, hang over like a rag doll, grab your elbows, I'll come to the side, grab your elbows, hang here for a few seconds, feel your spine release and curl, open up, and particularly feel the back of your hamstrings, the back of your calves open up as well. So like I said, sometimes your lower back issues can also go down to your hamstrings. So just try and stretch those out as well. Because when you're sat down a lot in particular, your hamstrings are sort of curled up in this position all the time. Right, and slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. And the workout is complete. Hope you enjoyed that, hope you found it kind of relaxing, but I certainly hope you feel like it opened up your muscles and your spine. And I'll see you in the next video.